Hey, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, bad credit. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let him have it.
I've got my dollars and I sent in my best offer.
We say yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem.
Hello, and good morning, everyone, on this cold Monday morning. How's everybody doing this morning? First in the chat this morning is Ashley. Hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing this morning? I see you dropped your link in the chat. That is awesome. Y'all welcome to drop your links in the chat. Miss Denise, hello, good morning, and welcome. And there's her link to her auction today. I believe that's at 2, if I'm not mistaken, I think. Please remind me if I'm correct or wrong. 1 o'clock. Today at 1 o'clock. I was close. But no cigar, I guess you can say. Anywho, let's see what we have also in the chat. Denise, everybody in the chat. Mr. Mark, hello, good morning, and welcome. Hope you, I didn't get to watch any of your videos this weekend. I need to see if, I think you put one out yesterday. I need to go check it out. Bobby, hello, good morning, and welcome. Miss Carol, hello. Flipping goodies, Mr. Mike, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing this morning? Miss Lisa, really enjoying your videos, by the way. Danny May, hello, good morning, and welcome. Mr. Steven, hello, good morning, and welcome, sir. How are you doing today? Andrew, hello, good morning, and welcome. How is everybody doing, and how was y'all weekend? Hopefully everybody survived this cold blizzard we got this weekend. Lord Jesus, there's a lot of snow. There's Craig. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Mr. Craig. How are you doing this morning? Hello, good morning, and welcome, Papa Smurf, as well. Well, we wound up surviving. I stayed indoors. I didn't go nowhere this weekend. I got a lot done this weekend. Hello, good morning, and welcome. There's Jennifer. Miss Deborah, hello, good morning, and welcome to you as well. I put out my usual video on Sunday time slot. Yeah, I need to go check it out. Yesterday, I didn't even get hardly on YouTube yesterday. I got a lot of work done around the house. I took advantage of not getting out the house. Usually I do all my house cleaning and changing the linen and doing the laundry on Tuesdays. I said, nope, I'm doing it yesterday. So I did it all yesterday. Let's see who else. Mr. Mikey, Yenzer Picker, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing this morning? Go Truckers. I heard that comment earlier, but I'm not sure what was that all about. I think I was in and out of the chat this morning doing some drafts. Speaking of drafts, I finished the week strong last week. Again, when I do these numbers of things that I've been doing, it's not to say that I'm bragging. It's just a matter of hopefully getting people motivated. Last Friday, my goal was to get I go through boxes of inventory at a time. And this past Friday, my goal was to get done with 3 different boxes of inventory I had, and I did it. I ended the week. Friday, I listed 66 items on Friday, which ended my total as of Friday. Usually I do my dates of the week from Sunday to Saturday, but I went on ahead and ended it because I knew I was going to do something totally different on Saturday anyway. So see, the week I ended with 201 listed items for last week. I've already got 38 drafts done yesterday. I listed 10 of those drafts. I have 48 as of this morning. My goal as of today and tomorrow is to get at least half of that done. So my goal for the day would be 24 today and 24 tomorrow. And then I have 3 more boxes next of inventory that I'm going to knock out after that. So that's where I'm at with that so far. Let's see what else I did this weekend. I also updated my link tree. That was past due and needed to be done. So I did that. And I was talking with Mark this morning and Larry's live this morning because I did some research on the Rumble for YouTube content. The thing that I have a question about, and I kind of did some research on it, it's more like a marketing kind of thing where it's an investment, so to say. The only questions I have is because after doing research, again, we know Rumble is a Canadian company, but what I'm not understanding 100% is if you're giving up your rights and you're doing your videos on Rumble, you're giving up your rights to where you get a percentage of your income for monetization. But from what I'm gathering, you don't, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Mark. Do you still get monetized money from YouTube? From what I'm understanding, you give up your rights from YouTube and all your money comes from Rumble, from what I'm understanding, from what the research I've been doing so far. Let's see, Jersey, telling everybody hello. Good morning, Kathy. Hello, hello, hello. And that was kind of like one of the questions I have, because of the fact that I did do some research on it this weekend. I did do some interesting videos I watched on that. And yeah, it seems like you get 90-10, but you give up all your rights. You do own your videos, but you give up the rights for any type of monetization you get from YouTube. If I'm reading that correctly, understand that correctly. Let's see. Papa Smurf's done dropped the moon pie already. Let's see here. I want to drop Jennifer's links. Her PayPal to show her some love and support. Can y'all believe today's already the last day of January of 2022? You know what's amazing? Last night I did watch it live last night. They were giving away Peeps Easter candy already. We just got near Valentine's yet. It's like a commercialized, every time you turn around, they already got the next holiday out. Ain't that something? Anywho. All right, there's the link for those. Let me get the link in case if Mark wants to come on and talk about that, because I am interested in learning a little bit more about that. I did say I was going to do the research this weekend, and I did, but just leaves me more questions. So out of curiosity, how many in the chat are signed up and use Rumble? This month flew by. Yeah, it did. And then last night I had a sale. It was awesome. Something I purchased online auction for $5. It was one of those latch hook rugs or wall mounts. I paid $5 for it. $5. And I had it listed for $52.86. Someone sent me an offer for $40. I took it because my profit for that one item I spent $5 for made me a profit of $56 after fees, my cost of goods, and shipping. I wound up selling it for $68 total to the buyer, and my total cost of goods was $56. Isn't that amazing? On a $5 piece that was brand new, still sealed. Crazy, I say. I do not use Rumble. I don't either, but I am looking about trying to figure out. Congratulations on your listings. Great weather for staying. Yes, and that's why I did everything I did this weekend, because that way I don't have to worry about it during the week. Because usually on Tuesdays I do the house cleaning, the laundry, the stripping the linen off the beds and all that stuff. But because I was stuck inside yesterday, I did it all yesterday. And I also cooked. I did what did I cook? Oh, yeah. Yesterday I cooked a chicken and sausage with bacon quesadilla soup. Actually came out pretty good. And then I cooked a pumpkin spice cream cheese square. Oh, awesome. Oh, came out good. Came out really good. Sugar free, no sugar added, of course. Deborah, hello, good morning and welcome. Okay, now I see you. I saw your face first. Chachinga King, hello, good morning and welcome. How are you doing?
Yeah, Johnny.
Mike came back home in the house. She was missed. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that, Jennifer. She missed the bus. Look at the kitty. Oh, that's a big cat, too. Doing reviews more than anything else I do on my channel. Leslie, hello. Wanted to be part of the light, huh? Leslie, hello, good morning and welcome. Rita, the booted chicks. I don't think I've ever seen one of your sales. Do you do sales just wait? I don't think I've ever seen one of your sales. Do you do sales just you? Or are you referring to like Wednesday to Friday sales? Oh, are you talking about my sales that I just did last night? That was just one of my sales. I used to do what sold videos, but I didn't find it to be beneficial. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Kathy, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. Mountain Trails, hello, good morning and welcome. Shopping on the low, hello, good morning and welcome. First time here, hopefully how you heard about the channel? So what I'm glad Mark came on because, good morning, Bonnie. My question is, after doing, again, I did a lot of that Saturday with all the snow we had and between shift, doing all my listings and stuff like that and things I wanted to get done. I was doing the research where it's more of, from what I'm understanding, more like a stock market kind of thing, investment. And from what I'm researching so far, they're saying that when you sign up, there's different plans you can get. But the biggest one that everybody goes with is more of the investment type, where they give you 90-10 for the sales of your monetization on your videos. You pick, or they pick, what videos get monetized and that kind of thing. So I want you to kind of give us a scenario, like from what I'm understanding, that you give up the rights from YouTube because you're getting more on your money on the Rumble side.
Yeah, Johnny, here's the thing, man. I don't know anything about Rumble right now. I'm still learning like you. What I'm doing after what happened to you, I'm just putting all of my content up on Rumble and to protect it in the event of just a terrible thing that happened to you.
Right.
I'm just trying to protect myself and learn as I go. The videos that I have put up on Rumble have been monetized, but I haven't got a penny from Rumble. I mean, I don't know how they give you, every time you upload a video, they give you a link where you can embed that video in another place, but I haven't done that yet. I have just uploaded. I guess I've got like 15 to 20 videos on there right now. So I really haven't learned it yet. I'm just trying to get my content on there to protect it.
So have they had you sign up for any of the different, did you sign up for like any of the plans? Because there's,
the one that it's highlights, like it's for Rumble only, or kind of like with the YouTube scenario. It's the third scenario from the left. You got four picks right there.
Right.
It's the third scenario for it says it's similar to YouTube. So I just clicked on that one, and they have monetized my videos, but I've only got like 200 views over there right now. So I'm a newbie. I've got 200 rumbles is what they call it.
Right.
But I looked on the monetize, and how much money have you made? And it says I have 5 views.
5 views?
So I have 0. I've only got 10 subs over there right now. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to learn as I go. And you probably at this point know as much about it, possibly more than I do.
Okay. Now, are you just uploading it, or are you looking into maybe trying to expand on any of the other things that they have available as far as the investment side of it?
Not at this point. I've got to try to grow a little bit there. I'm just, like I said, I am just trying to protect myself and come up with any way I can. I'll tell you this, ever since, all our community got together and made the videos,
right?
I flatlined completely. And I had somebody in the chat over there at Larry's this morning, or was it Victoria's?
I think it was Victoria.
I went over and commented on her video. And then she noticed that after I commented on her video, that it unsubscribed her from me.
I heard Myra has been talking about that she's noticed that a couple of weeks now that's been happening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
I don't know. That's the first I heard about it, when I heard her and talked about it this morning in Victoria's live. I don't understand what's going on with that, because I know Myra has been posting on Facebook of that happening to her, where when she's commenting on certain videos, all of a sudden they're unsubscribed. So I don't understand. And that was the first time I heard about that. So I don't know what's going on. Unless somebody knows, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I do know that Myra has been having that happen to her for a while now.
I went into my analytics on the subs analytics, and there's a 10 to 15 day period where they're saying no data available.
Mm-hmm.
No, do you know anything about that?
That's been going on for quite a while. Now, I've noticed when I go to the analytics page, even on my other channel that I had, when you go to that main part of the information, it's usually about a 2-week behind on data. Why
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand that.
And since then, I have been straight flatlined. Right, and I was going along and just growing a little bit, a little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. Now it's flatlined.
Yeah, and everybody's having that happen, and I'm noticing it does state about 2 weeks from now ago. That was the last time they updated. To make sure you have access to your videos, it pays to back them up on your computer. If you do lives through StreamYard, you can also download them from there. Yeah, I know that. That I knew. Because you can go through a StreamYard and download them. Because they keep those in the back file, but I think it's like last 50. Unless you pay more for it. I'm excited and nervous, but I can do. Yes, you will do fine, Leslie. I know you will. You got this.
Hey, Harry.
So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I do know they've been backlogged for at least 2 weeks on their information. Why, I don't know, but I've been noticing that for a while. But I have heard a lot of different people talking about going and commenting on channels on their lives or their videos, and then all of a sudden they're not subscribed anymore. So that I don't know what's going on with that. I didn't hear anything. I don't know yet, but I do hear that happening. Why, it's a mystery.
It is. No clue. We're just trying to grow here, and it seems like they're working against us right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we're all in the same boat.
On the Rumble, do you have any type of affiliate link with that on your account that they give you?
Not that I know of, Johnny. I tell you what, you probably know twice as much about Rumble as I do. Like I said, I'm just getting my content on there, and I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to reverse engineer myself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because I've saved a couple of videos to go back and rewatch because of it's more of a YouTuber content creator interviewing the owner of Rumble and kind of like the pros and cons of them. So I still have a few more to go watch, but yeah, it's a lot of information to do. Okay. Yep, you can get 50 hours of storage on your streamer for free. It's been downloading more recent than deleting the keeping. Yeah, exactly. They rotate it. Yep. Johnny, you are just wonderful, an encouraging person. Well, thank you. I try. That's what I always say whenever I do and talk about my numbers. It's not to brag about it. It's more of a motivation. I agree. Get 5 subs and then it takes 6. Yeah, but lately it's been worse than before.
Yeah.
Great means, yeah. And that's why it's important when you're in chats, like regardless of who drops links, when Jennifer drops links or whoever in the chat, when you go to somebody's channel, make sure and check it to see if you're subscribed, but also make sure you go back and watch a video. Johnny, off the subject, but did you get my text about Tommy? Yes, I did. I got in touch with Tommy. This was before 2 weeks ago. He did state he will be coming back in March, is the last word I got. But I haven't seen any other post on Instagram by him yet. But yeah. So probably this month coming, but he didn't say what date. Now, if anybody else knows about Tommy's, the Buffalo Picker, if y'all seen anything that I haven't yet, please let us know. Because he's usually up on every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to defend the hustle, and I haven't heard anything yet. But I do know that also.
Johnny, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was watching something yesterday. Have you heard of the channel Pallet Jacking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on his channel watching one of his videos. He bought 3 Amazon boxes for $150, and he was showing each one. And I was like, and then at the end, I said, I don't think I'm going to do that. And he said, don't. He didn't like what he got. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good kind of thing. And I told him, I said, I think the best thing you got out of this is this video, because I enjoyed the video, but those boxes. And he agreed with me. So I don't know if that'll help anybody, but the 3 Amazon boxes for $50 a box, one of them was okay. Another one sucked. And then the other one was kind of average. It looked like a spin your wheels kind of buy. You know what I mean?
Now, do you ever watch franchise kickers or franchise pickers or franchise something?
I try to watch everybody. I guess I'm subbed to like
said God, him and his wife both do the show sometimes where they do unboxings. He's the same one where he does Amazon boxes, but they're called the pallet coffin boxes.
Okay.
And he tries to at least make his money or double. And a lot of times it doesn't even look like he's getting near his double, much less his money he put into it.
Yeah, if you're not going to at least double your money on that, I think you're wasting your time.
Okay. Rolling with Stones, hello, welcome. And that's who it is. Franchise Kicks. Clint, that's him. He does a lot of those type of boxes, and it's amazing. If you haven't watched his channel before, when I first started watching him, when Robert was watching, he did more of like Funko Pops, and he does a lot of big box type buys that he does. And he does a lot of coffin pallets that he buys, these coffin boxes. And it's a lot of money that he spends. But sometimes I'm wondering if he even makes that kind of money back. But the thing you're taking a chance on with that is you don't know what returns are coming in that box. Yeah. You know, you might get electronics. But it's amazing how some of those electronics has things like householdware or gardening and you name it. It's not exactly what was supposed to be in the box.
Well, the Amazon boxes I was watching on Pallet Jack, and it's the kind of stuff where if I get it in a storage unit, I'm like, you know, kind of one of those kind of things.
Oh, thank you. But the funny part about it is, if you're going to spend that kind of money, that's a big chance you're going to take. But in your case, with a storage unit, that's a little bit different, you know, because
yes,
you don't. It's all mystery to you, regardless. It's not like just one company.
I'm looking for the stuff that I can see to pay for the stuff I can't see. You know, it's one of those things. I'm looking for the treasure, and the kind of like the stuff in the unit that I can see pays for my treasure hunt. You know,
right?
Profits where you can't see.
Now, on your last video, which I need to go watch, which I know you do one every Sunday. Now, I know last week you were trying to get a couple of units. Were you able to get those, or is that part of the video?
From I got one of them. And then I'm showing the tail end of that, and then I'm explaining exactly why I didn't get the others. So I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to put a spoiler alert on it. Anybody who wants to watch it, it's not a long video. I try not to make mine too long, so
yeah, I need to go bored. I put it in my watch list. So I definitely got to go watch it.
But I try to make them as entertaining as possible. I'll interject here at this and that and the other thing, and anything that I think might make somebody chuckle.
Right. Especially that last one, you had all that jewelry and Lord Jesus.
Oh Lord, that was a blessing, wasn't it?
Yes, Mike Yenzer Picker. We were just happening to be talking about. I could not remember his name right off. About the pallets that he buys with Amazon. They're called the coffin boxes, and he just happened to mention the name that I could not remember his actual screen name, and that's why we were talking about Clint.
Yeah, Harry, we run into that all the time. I haven't found a storage unit without that in it. So,
speaking of that, have y'all been watching Courtney and Colton Redneck Resell lately? The last video we watched this past weekend was too funny. They have an employee now. All this time I thought that new employee was Courtney's sister, and it's not. But they look alike. And they had this unit where, actually it was 2 different episodes that we watched, where one was infested with rats. And when I say rats, these were some big ones.
Yeah. Running
out of boxes, running back in the units and stuff like that. And then the other one, they were actually cleaning it out. And the son of the owner that the locker was for, his mom happened to be passing by, and they wound up giving it back to him. But they had to go through the office and make arrangements. But yeah. It was interesting to see because I've never seen that happen before.
I've seen rats and mice. They don't bother me, but I'll tell you one thing that you don't want to find in a storage unit is bed bugs.
Oh, God, no. Ugh.
I have found bed bugs, and I got a locker one time, and we got in there, and it had bed bugs. And I went up to the office, and I told the lady, I said, you're going to have to let me use your dumpster, or I'm going to have to leave this. I said, there's freaking bed bugs in here, and I don't want to take them home with me. So she let me throw all that crap in the dumpster, and they normally don't let you do that, but I went up there and kind of twisted her arm a little bit.
Yep.
Because the bed bugs is what'll cost you the money. We had that happen here one time, and we had to rip out the carpet, throw out the furniture, the padded furniture, and it, luckily we get plenty of that stuff, so we didn't have to actually go out and buy retail. But man, that was bad.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, when it's that infested, don't you have to check the wood too?
Well,
When you get into the wood,
you got to check everything.
Yeah,
you got to spray it down. It's bad,
especially when you know it's infested.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
I haven't had that problem in a while now. So, but
Yeah.
you got to watch out for that. The mice, the rats, no big deal. I mean,
Right.
they're not going to do anything. They might chew up some stuff in there. That's not the problem. It's the bed bugs.
The thing that to me that was the funniest, because me, I can care less, is the funniness of the way they were screaming and running and
That's
jumping
good
on
stuff
things.
right there. That's good
That was
video
the
right
comedy
there.
of the whole video. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that makes
what
the
I'm
video.
that. Yeah, I made it for a video. That's for sure.
That's what I was telling Larry this morning. He was talking about his vacuum cleaner and doing all that. He said, I just felt like I need to take a sledgehammer to it. I said, well, Larry, that's a video right there.
Nope.
You put that up and you'll get some views. I promise you.
Gotta go viral for sure.
Yeah. Larry goes off on a vacuum cleaner.
I can't see a Larry swinging a sledgehammer or a hammer, though, on a vacuum cleaner.
You never know what you can get Larry to do. He's done some crazy stuff on there, like ripping hair off with duct tape. Now, come on, that was pretty good.
Drop that link video, please. The one about Courtney and I'd have to look it up. That was on the Redneck Resell, and might be under the other one. I have to look. Spell your name wrong. Oh, that happens. Leslie, you can sub, but the old girl won't start doing YouTube content anytime soon.
See you, Harry.
Yes, Harry, don't work too hard. Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right, well, let me get this link for this video. I think it's under, well, they have 2 channels.
I'll have to check that out.
Let me see if I can find it, because this was this weekend we watched it. And usually we get caught up for the weekend. I didn't hardly watch anything this weekend. Let's see if it's on the Redneck Resell. They have several channels. I have another one, but I don't remember what that one was called. Let's see here. That was their other channel, most likely. Yeah, because I don't see it right here. Live giveaway. So it's not that one. Let me see if it's under their about page. Wait, what happened here? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see here. Videos, playlist, community, channel. Oh, here we go. Abandoned storage unit full of cash. Was that the other one? Oh, CK Treasures is their other channel. That's what it is. All right, so this is on their channel. They have 2 channels. So this is the one they do their storage units on. Yep, here it is right here. All right, here's the actual one that came out a day ago. All right, so this is under their other channel. They do have 2 channels. One is strictly for the storage units, and then the other one's for their shop. They want to expanding their shop. Here's that one video with the rats. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's under their channel called CK Treasures, where they do all the storage units and their shop. And then the other ones when they go thrifting and things like that, which is called the Redneck Resale. Let me go back to that one, and I'll get that channel as well. And this is their Redneck Resell is that channel name. They do 2 different ones, and then this one's the one where they do a lot with their family and the kids and all that stuff. And that's the Redneck Resell one. All right, so that's the 2 links. The first link is for their actual one that they did with the rats. Let's see.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, where was I? Let's see.
Have you heard anything from YouTube, Johnny, about your channel? Nothing?
Not yet. I'm waiting to hear from somebody who I've been working with through YouTube or Facebook that is behind the scenes with YouTube. I haven't heard again back from them because they were doing some things this weekend, but I'm waiting to hear back from them to see what my next step I should do. But as of right now, that's the last I heard. I already appealed twice, but before I appeal again, I need to make sure what I do next. I'm trying though. So yeah. And that last word was, we talked Friday. Glad to see you back. I posted links to your new channel, Tommy and Tracy's show the other night, so I'll be able to reach up to you. Awesome. Wait. They posted my link to my channel? Wow. Okay. Cool. I'm going to have to thank them when I see them in another chat. Let's see, save twice. Yeah, and that is, once you start watching them and that particular video, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm sorry. It was funny. Especially with the jumping and the hitting of the box and the rats running all over the place. It was hilarious. It makes for a good day for a good laugh. Deborah, hello, good morning, and welcome. Also, I want to mention to let y'all know, even though I'm still working on getting my other channel back, this channel will still keep going forward, even when I hit the 500 subs on this one. And I have to tell y'all, first of all, thank y'all so much for the continuing support of this channel, because Saturday made 2 weeks I've been doing this channel. I'm already at almost 500 subs and almost 2,000 watch hours on this channel.
That's good.
So I want to thank y'all for doing that. And then once I do hit the 500 on this one, I will continue, because I still have my list of those that I want to do featured channels of the week, the featured channels for the ones I do for those who need hours and things like that. And so I'm going to continue doing that on this channel as soon as that comes available. Because it's 500 now, you can get the community page. So that's what my plans are for this channel. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, it's been a great 2 weeks already. And again, I'm getting a lot of comments and questions, and I'm still doing the same thing that I'm not going to stop, but I am trying to get that other channel back, because I want to do some more cooking channel videos and stuff, and all that's tied into that. So I got to wait and see what happens. But I'm trying. I ain't giving up.
I'm probably going to go to the grocery later on today and get some stocked up with all the truckers. They're lining up in Canada and in the United States in protest, and there could be some supply chain issues coming up. So I'm going to stock up a little bit. I suggest everybody just get the basics, because you could have some problems coming up.
Hello, Jimmy. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Yes, every Monday on this channel, all the thumbnails are already done as of yesterday. Bingo will be at 5 o'clock. Hump Day auction at 2 o'clock. TGIF on Friday at 2 o'clock. So all the shows are on scheduled as normal. Thank you. Also, on the mod posted it. They said post it again. Has had a link. Well, one of the mods posted it. They said to post it in anywhere I had a link. Okay, cool. So I know I go to the store once a week with a list, because I go in at 7 o'clock when they open. I get out of there and I'm done. But definitely make sure you stock up on things you normally need on a daily basis until we know, because once this happens, it happens. Speaking of the kitty again, this weekend we've been looking at a shelter here that has a lot of adoptions for animals. They had a lot that came up here to Massachusetts, and we were able to, which I had to apply. I felt like I was applying for a mortgage to a home. The weird thing about it, when I go to put my information for the vet that I use, and when I went to end the application, because you have to apply for it first, and we want to adopt a set of brother and sister team that has to go together and stay together. Come to find out, the place where I go to get my vet, to get my cat, we have a plan for them every year of any of the animals we had. And kind of find out the animals are at my vet's office. So hopefully they don't have to call they have to do a referral that you have to apply for when you do for the pets, and you have to give a referral, and that was one of them. So we'll see what happens.
This guy right here weighs 28 pounds.
Wow. Mine, she
boy.
weighs 12, as far as I know. The last time she got weighed in.
There he's mooting you.
12. She's 12 pounds. How you doing, Jesse? Good to see you. So before you pop off here, because I know you said you wanted to go to the store, let's talk a little bit about your channel. For those who don't know, I know they might know you in the chat, but I know that's not that often you go on lives like this. Tell everybody about your channel, how often you put your videos out, and what do you do on your channel as far as your videos are concerned.
Yeah, Johnny, I have a time slot that I've been going through and using every week now, and it seems to be helping. Sunday at noon, I'm putting up a video just from everything that's gone on that week. And when I get a new locker, then I also use Wednesdays as an upload when I get more content. Right now, I'm looking for another storage unit, trying to keep my momentum going from the last 5 that I found gold jewelry in. And this last locker that I don't want to give away last bit.
Make them go watch it.
Yeah. Watch it, please.
Cliffhanger.
All the help I can get here. But this is something that I do now that I'm retired and buying these storage units. I'm documenting my journey. I'm trying to inspire other people and showing them that this isn't that hard like people think it is. It's just how you approach it. So I'm trying to help people that need something to do with their older years, you know, it keeps you going. And I really feel like I'm hoping the channel can grow because of it. And we'll just see. I'm trying hard. I'm just hoping I can get the YouTube algorithms to smile upon me at some point.
Right,
know?
exactly.
And that's what it's all about. I will tell you this. When I first started YouTube, there was a lot of people that got together in the storage auction community on the West Coast, East Coast, and they had this East versus West thing, and a lot of people were going out and visiting Storage Auction Pirate and them out there. I started my channel at the same time. A lot of the people like Grimes Finds and some of the bigger channels that are out there, I was right there with them at the same time, but I couldn't. Here's the thing. I can't sleep in another bed. I like to sleep in my own bed.
Right.
So I never did get to go out there because I just can't go across the country and do that. I just can't. And as a result, I did not grow like they did. So I don't know why I'm bringing that up now. It just came to mind. But like some of those guys have gone over 100,000 subscribers or are getting close to it.
Right.
I'm doing the exact same thing. Either I'm doing it and I suck at it, or they're great at it. Or I have not done the right thing on the YouTube algorithm. How does all this stuff work? I need to learn. That's why, you're asking me about Rumble. I got to learn YouTube. I'm fighting my butt off trying to grow here. And I'm trying to spread the love and help others grow at the same time. And it's been a struggle.
Okay, I'm going to give you, and I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying this because I like your videos or anything like that. But from my opinion, from me looking in from those channels, variety of channels, I don't know which one you're specifically talking about.
Yeah.
But from the ones that I've been watching, there's a reason why I don't watch them anymore.
Okay.
Because this is the difference of what I'm seeing. For example, for you go in there, you show us what you got. I don't feel that you're plotting or putting things in a unit that was not there when you open the unit. Whereas a lot of these other channels we've been watching, for some reason, some of the stuff they're finding in these units are not like, for example, you go in and you actually open the box right there on the spot. Whereas in some of these other channels, the boxes are either already open or they have been moved around to where it doesn't look like it even belongs there. If you understand what I'm saying. So for me, seeing some of those channels grow so fast is what I'm thinking and seeing from my end, looking at the videos that I used to watch. Now I don't watch them because for me, it's like, okay, how much of that is really true? How much of that I remember from another video? Well, wait a minute. Well, how can you find the exact same thing in the exact same box, but in a different storage unit? It doesn't add up sometimes. So for me, that's my theory on why you're not faking what you're finding compared to some of these other channels.
Well, I show all the crappy units too. Maybe they don't show the crap. I'm trying to show the exact way this really is.
My favorite one from what you've done so far, granted you found all this jewelry and stuff, but my favorite one that I will never forget is one of my first ones I watched was when you went in there with all these boxes and it was all full of snacks and junk food.
Yeah, you like that video.
I love that.
That was actually the only time I've had a sweet snack in 3 years. Sweet.
So I have to say that's what hooked me because that was genuine. You opened them, you looked at them, you showed us, and it was nothing that it was a bad unit, so to say, even though it was good in one way.
It was.
I got it. Yeah, that's God. Yeah.
I'm trying to be an entertainer in this and showing the business as it really is. The Stories Wars thing, the reason it's so popular on TV is because they don't break out the crappy units. There was even a whole big thing about how they salt the units with stuff that they found in other storage units.
Yeah. So that's what brings my idea of when I would watch those. And after a while, you watch so many of them. and you know from seeing what they're showing you, but then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, that was a box that he opened from a different unit. How is it the exact same box in this unit? So
Yeah,
you know, I don't know why, but it makes me, I look at all that kind of stuff and people say, wow, you don't miss nothing. No, I don't. Because when I'm looking at something, I'm going to remember it when I see it in exactly the same crap. Deborah, real quick, you are welcome to come on after the show, because then we can work on it. If something's wrong with your camera or anything, you're more than welcome to join me after the show, and I'll be glad to work with you on that and guide you through that. Yeah, we can do it even after the show. Yes, and Yvette, I did put the link of my cooking channel in there as well. Help my new friend Firefly Angel. She has a goal to being showered with cards. Okay, there's the information. Email that person. Let's see. Charlie Grace, hello. Good morning and welcome. I'm looking forward to seeing these videos I have in my playlist. I got to get caught up. This weekend, I'm honest, I did a lot of housework and things like that. I didn't even hardly watch any YouTube except for sitting on my recliner with Robert, watching whatever was on TV at that time. I got a question from YouTube asking if I like your channel. Of course, I clicked yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, every now and then you'll get a comment. I mean, get them on other channels as well. My cat just subbed. Oh, make sure that cat goes and watch my videos. You do not suck at it. I love watching your videos. Don't always remember to comment. Yeah, I try to make sure I comment on all the videos I watch, but also make sure you definitely hit a thumbs up and make a comment. Try it.
Yeah, Kathy, here's the thing. You know, I feel like I'm doing the same content as these big channels, but here's one thing that I think could be holding back. A lot of these channels have like a spouse or a partner. I just wonder if maybe those kind hit the algorithms better, or is it something I'm doing wrong? I mean, I'm asking everybody here.
Hello and welcome, Larry.
Content as these guys.
Yeah. Well, you know, but again, another thing too, I'm noticing some of the videos are too long. And so for me, all that repeating or the different things that they're doing in their video, if it's too long for me, I get lost. I end it. I stop watching it. But for me, on those type of videos, even if you have to do parts, I understand that. But if you make them longer than 30 minutes or more, sometimes you lose your people. Because
I try to keep mine at 15 minutes or under. Really, around 10 is perfect.
Right. But sometimes with the type of units you've been finding, Lord Jesus, how are you going to do that in 10 minutes? Because you find some stuff in those units, especially the one you had all that furniture in too.
Yeah, well, I've got a pattern that I follow to find jewelry. If you see a jewelry, I'm giving away a little bit of my last video, but I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Well, but it's in a lot of the other videos too.
If you say you like a jewelry box in the front of the storage unit, there's probably not going to be much in there. And I show examples of it, talk about examples of that in this last video that I put up yesterday. The times I found a lot of jewelry is there was no sign of it. You know, it just came up. And a lot of those units are antique units, or units where if you look in there and you see that somebody has possibly passed away, where you see like a wheelchair or just some stuff where you have in your let's just say your last days, and it's in a storage unit. I know this sounds ghoulish, but those are the units you want to get, because when somebody passes away, lots of stuff go in there. And that is where I find the majority of my jewelry, is in the antiques. So,
Tommy makes a good point, and so did, where was it? Where am I at? This chat's flying on me. Wow. Someone made a comment about people know if you're fake, which is true. And then Tommy made the comment, for those bigger channels are making entertainment videos, not reality videos. Exactly.
Well, my category is entertainment. I try to do the entertainment part and to show the reality of storage auction buying. I'm trying to be specific in people that are older, rather than sit around on their you know what, they can get out and do this and have fun. It keeps you going, because you know what I always say, Johnny, use it or lose it.
Yep. In your defense, and she's talking about you, they had quit a lot of the subs during the East Coast and West Coast.
Well, that's when I got started, and I actually I couldn't go out there. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to, but I cannot sleep in some. I got to sleep in my own bed. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 66. I'm not using that as an excuse because it doesn't stop me around here. But to go chucking across the country, it would have been great for the channel, but I just couldn't do it. But I did not realize at the time how much that would have held me back. I didn't realize that. Never did.
Yeah. Charlie Gray says keep it 3 to 5 minutes until you get monetized. Paul says 10 minutes anything longer than 10 minutes loses him. It's about retention, so you can make it 1, 2, 3 for a show. Parts 1, 2, and 3 for a show. Yeah. Exactly.
I try to make them shorter. I try to when I go into to do editing, I try to get rid of any dead air, any seconds in there that could lose your attention. I try to go in there and fix all that in the editing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if what I'm doing is the right way. I can only do the best I can, and I'm not going to give up. I'm like you, Johnny. I'm not going to give up.
Yeah. And then one of the things about the videos sometimes too, when they're making their videos and their thumbnails, to me, if it's a clickbait, I'm not watching them more because that's not for me. I mean, I understand some people do it a lot, but I just don't. You lose me on that. It's like I
try to make a entertaining thumbnail that goes with what I'm doing in the video. It can be the hardest part of putting these videos out is getting that daggone thumbnail right.
Yeah. I'm going to highlight you real quick. If somebody asked, what was your channel? Okay, this is Mark, and this is his channel. I have highlighted in the chat at 9:15 that Danny May put in the chat. So if you lost or have not seen his link to his channel, there's the link right there. When you go to save it, you can also go back and check out his videos and make sure you make comments because he does a video every Sunday.
You guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking again for another storage unit.
Yeah, because that's a weekly thing for you, though, right?
Yeah, this week so far, I'm going to be documenting everything I'm doing, in regards to storage auction buying, and as well as hunting for one. And I have to put out to keep these algorithms right. I know this much. I have to keep my time slot filled. If it's only the one time slot for the week, I have to at least keep that filled and do that with as much entertainment value as I can.
Right,
and
exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do.
All right, Larry, what is a clickbait video? A video that's a clickbait when they use the thumbnail as their talk about whatever their video is about. But when you go to click on the video and start watching the video, it is nothing that has to do with the thumbnail. That is considered a clickbait.
Yeah.
That's when the thumbnail does not match what the video is about. How you doing, Barry? Good to see you. Hope you survived. I see you here, so hopefully you survived all that.
Hey, Barry.
Snow. Okay, fishing hooked in horseshoes. Let's see. Charlie Graves, great advice. Yes, that is so true. Larry, the movie said did. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I get lost with, and there's a lot of people I don't watch anymore because of it. But for me, that's not everybody likes that, but there's a lot of people who do. It's not for everyone, but for me, that just loses me right there. Leon, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing, sir? So, with that being said, again, on your channels, if you're dropping links in the chat and you go to someone's link, please make sure you look and see if that word subscribe is red. If it is red, means you're not subscribed when you go to that link. If you don't have a link in the chat and you are able to go to the 3 dots next to that person in the chat, go to channel will automatically bring you to that person's channel. Then again, you can see if the word subscribe is red. If it is, change it to gray. That means you're not subscribed if it's red. Hit the notifications of all, but go watch a video. Put it in your playlist if you have to. Go back and watch a video. Make a comment. Give them a thumbs up. Let them know what you think. Hopefully that'll help you with your subs. What is the weirdest thing you've ever found in a storage unit?
Ooh, I guess just dead people in an urn is a start. I found some witchcraft stuff, like hair and graveyard dirt and a spell. Stuff like that. You never know what you're going to find in a storage unit. I think that's why I like doing it. You never know what you're going to find. Anything that you can think of, eventually you'll find it in a storage unit.
And then, of course, the next question is, where are you from?
Kentucky.
Now, have you, because I've seen this at other channels, have you ever found remains like that were cremated, whether it be an animal or a person? Because I've seen some videos with that as well.
Oh, yes. Many times.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the first locker that started this gold streak, I found somebody's pet dog named Scarlet. And I left that with the facility to give back to the former owners. I always leave all the pictures and personal items, but I never contact a former owner. You don't.
Right, exactly.
You're asking for trouble if you do that.
Now, on your units that you have, and I know I've seen a lot of other channels do this as well, when you have like the personal things like personal pictures or things that have to do with personalizing their pictures and things like that, and in this case, if you were to find remains, do you just box it all up and bring it to the office, or do you leave it in the unit for them to pick up?
What I do is I take all the personal photographs, all the remains of pets, people, whatever, and I put it all in one section of the storage unit right up in the front, sweep everything else out. I tell the manager I've left this behind to call the people and let them pick it up. And if they don't pick it up, they toss it. And sadly, they toss some of these places. They'll try to maybe call a police or somebody to pick up the urns, but sometimes they won't. And sadly, some of these have wound up in dumpsters, and I would never be a party to that.
No, that's got to be hard though to know what they're doing with that. Because I've seen a lot of other channels that I do watch that they do bring it to the office, or they'll put it back in the unit and tell the office, look, y'all not here, but I left it in here for the owners or whatever.
Yeah, I'll leave it in the unit. That way I don't have to carry it up to the office.
Right. And when you're going to see that one that I shared with y'all earlier with Redneck Resell and the KT Treasures or KC, whatever the other channel is, you'll see one of the videos where before, I want to say it's right before the one with the rats, is where they wind up with that kind of situation where the owner's mother happened to have a couple of units down from where they were cleaning out. And then I'm not going to give the details, but if you watch it, you'll see what they've done with that one too. So, and they didn't pay much for the unit, but the point is the owner's management of the owner of the units of the storage unit complex basically had to go talk to them and say, well, look, this is what we can do. So yeah, then it's amazing what they did in that video. So definitely go watch it. Everybody's different. Everywhere is different. Every state's different. The location of capturing the sky support. Sandy, hello, good morning and welcome. And again, the more you watch some of these that do these storage units, especially if you're thinking about getting into doing storage units auctions, there's so many things you have to know and learn. Here's a question from Yvette. How do you find out what places are auctioning off units? Are you signed up on websites, have contact, etc.?
Yeah, that's one that you can go online and sign up at storagetreasures.com or lockerfox.com. And also that's for the online auctions. Also in your local newspapers, in the public notices section, they have to list every auction that is being put out. So you can find them in the public notices for like live or online auctions as well. But mainly, a lot of them are like 80% anymore are online. So you'll want to be on one of the popular websites. And I use storagetreasures.com as my main one.
Now, let me ask you this, because I've been seeing some units, different ways that people have been doing auctions. Now, I know some places are going back to being in person. But when I used to do auctions, you had to literally be there. You had to sign up in advance on the clipboard. But the thing about that is you have to, when you have to be there for it, and then for some reason, say for example, you're there for an auction, and how many times before that do they have to publish it in the unit in the newspaper for it to go up for auction? First of all,
I think they just have to put it in a public notice, and then that gives people a chance to see it. It's by law that has to be there for the lien sale storage units.
So that's what I thought, because also if you're there, that person who owns that unit has up to the time that unit goes up for auction to buy it back.
Well, actually, even more than that, they can get their unit back even if you bought the unit until they receive the money for that unit that you bid
from whoever.
They can still cure the account. Say I'm at a live auction and I win the unit, and then we're going around and looking at the rest. If that person shows up in the office before you pay for it, they can cure the account, which is fair.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they can go that close up to. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Until the payment is received, they can cure the account. They have 2 to 3 months to get that cleared up.
Okay. Who has newspapers? Well, actually, most of your local small
online newspapers, what I mean. They're online and in paper. You can catch them online.
Yeah, because anything that has to do with public notice has to be published. It has to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Found another one. Subscribed. Bid 13, storageauctions.com, and a couple of more sites. Now, I was going to go to another question. I had a squirrel one with a totally different comment. But when on those online ones that I've been seeing, are you able to be part of any of those where you actually physically are there on your computer or tablet in the auctions, or is this just something that's online separate?
Yeah, that when you're online, you're not online for a live auction. Okay. You're online for just the online auction. The live auctions are live and the onlines are online, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because I've seen some where they're actually bidding back and forth on tablets in their vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, John. When they first started all this crap with the virus and stuff, we were going to public storage. We used to go, they had a caravan. We'd go to all the public storages in Louisville, Kentucky, where I reside at. And we would go to all those locations. But at the time, we couldn't get out of our cars. So we had to bid on a 2-inch screen on our phone. And I tell you what, I bought some of the crappiest units I ever bought because of that. I can't see on a 2-inch screen what I'm trying to buy, especially in real time where you don't have time to study them like I do online. You had to hurry up. I bought crap like that.
I have to ask you, because I've seen this in so many different videos as well with on storage auctions. Have you ever bid on something? For example, you're looking at the pictures and you're bidding because of what you see. But when you get to that auction unit and you win it and you go to redeem it and go to get your items out of there, was the pictures different than what you actually see in your units?
No, boy, that happened to me one time. I bought this. It was just a small 5x5. But it had a laptop in it. I thought, well, okay, if I can get this for under $50, then I'll get this. And so anyway, I got the unit, went in and paid for it, went back to get it, and I could see the door had been jacked up. I opened the door, and the laptop was gone.
Oh, wow.
I went up, and I told the lady up there at the office, I said, I want my money back. I told her that, and she gave me my money back. I said, somebody's broke into this and taken, and she agreed when she looked at it. The door was jimmied. It's like somebody took a pry bar and got in there. I think it was probably whoever owned that unit had some stuff in there. Had I been able to get in there, I think it'd have been a good one.
Right. Now, and another question I have on that, because I have seen this before too. When you're going in and you're actually going and you see your pictures and all that and you get in there. The question I want to ask you though, when you're going online, do you find a list of, for example, it's a unit that's never been opened / a manager special? Talk about the difference of those two if you ever dealt with those before.
Yeah, leave that comment up right there, Johnny, and I'll touch on that. The manager special is not a lien sale unit. It is just stuff that the managers accumulated that they throw in there. Sometimes you can get them cheap and they're not too bad, but you're not going to find any mystery items in a manager's unit. They're not a lien sale storage unit. So what you get in those, really, it's what you see is what you get, and that's it.
Now, do they have to mark it as a manager special for that?
They has to be marked as a manager special, because otherwise you're screwing the people that are bidding on it.
And the reason I wanted to ask that is because some people who are thinking about getting into storage auctions, and again, I've done this in the past, so I kind of know the difference of the two. But for those that are starting out, that are just getting into this, that's kind of things that you want to look for. Is it marked a manager special, or is it a lean? You want to make sure you know the two.
You want to buy the lean sale storage units, unless you see something in a manager's special that you specifically want and can get it for a good price. That's the only way I would ever buy one of those.
Exactly.
But I wanted to answer this question. What I do, I can tell you what I do. We're in a subdivision where once a week they pick up our trash, and on a mattress, when I get one that I can't sell because it's skanky or whatever, you have to wrap it up or put it in a bag, and they'll take one a week. So I can unload mattresses by just wrapping them and setting them out to the trash with the trash cans. Now, I don't know how people that don't have that ability, if you got to take them to the dump, you're going to be paying. So it's not cheap to go to the dump.
Right.
But I can get rid of them free.
I've seen a lot of people who do that every time they clean out a unit, they're going to the dumpster. So can you imagine how much that's spending? And that's coming out of their profits of the unit.
Right out of your profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do that if you can avoid it.
All very productive. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail for that. The video is coming out today. I noticed Dawn's premiere today at 12 o'clock. She was able to get it done. So if you have any questions about storage units, go ahead and ask it, because when he pops on in here, and I love to ask questions about this.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, anybody ask me anything, I love this.
It was more of a negotiation than a fight. Subscribe to the channel. Everybody's talking about that. Because yeah, if you're interested in, and I saw a couple of comments where people were thinking about doing that for the summer. That's the kind of things you want to do your homework on, making sure you kind of check out everything. Wow, the cost was $70 to take it.
$70, good Lord. You could find somebody to do it less than that. Just offer one of the other buyers around $25 or $30. You can probably get it done that way.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't pay $70 to dump a mattress.
No.
I'll stack them up, and I'll stack them up where they don't show in my backyard before I do that.
Yeah, really.
That sounds bad, but I have a little bit of a trash spill off area where when my trash cans have room, I just put it in there until I get rid of it.
All right, we have a question from Cha-Ching King. Have the price of storage lockers climb back down after the TV show?
Calm down after the, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's the problem. There's so many people that are online buying them now. You're going to be paying a lot more than you do at a live auction, for instance. So if you can go to a live auction, you're going to get better deals. There's just less of them. But yeah, the prices are high. So you have to, your money is made on the items you can't see, because you're going to pay retail for just about everything you see in these units anymore. It's just the way it is. So to make the money, you've got to be able to target these things and discern from yourself what might be in there, which is not an exact science, but you get better at it after 10 years.
But sometimes when they're starting their prices on their auctions for these units, how are they basing some of the prices? Because I'm noticing in some areas is different than others.
Well, they all start at zero. I mean, the first bid is $10 no matter what. Yeah, I mean, all of the auctions start at zero, and then you bid. What I do when I go in there and I see any lockers that I like in my area, I just bid a $10 bid on all the ones that I like. And because you're not going to get them for $10. And if you do, you're happy about it. So
right.
That's how I tag them all and get them into my little, what do you call it? My little area where it shows all the auctions you bid on. Mm-hmm. So on auction day, you can go in and decide, well, which one of these do I want to fight for? And then you'll get it down to one or two, and then you'll go for that.
Right.
And sometimes you're going to need backups. You'll have backup lockers because you need to buy a unit. So you're going to try to get the best of the best. And then you've got backups.
The reason I was asking that question, because again, it's been a while for me, but when I would go, they would have a certain price they would start at. And depending on the unit and the size of the unit. That's why I was wondering, does every place...
Oh, you mean like a reserve? Well, yeah. I don't see that much around here, but some auctions will have a reserve on it where they'll only take a minimum amount. I don't run into that around here. Okay.
Now, Krista says, I bought a unit once and just held a garage sale right out of it and sold it all.
If you can get away with it, a lot of people, a lot of places won't let you do that.
Yeah.
But as long as you're discreet, you can do that.
What type of items are usually your bread and butter that you sell from storage units?
Furniture. Furniture is auto money. Any good furniture, especially mid-century modern or antique, or believe it or not, the new furniture that's that cheap pressed wood, if it's not in banged up shape, you can move that crap too. Just be careful moving it because it'll fall apart. I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
But people buy it.
Dawn, that is so true. She said, just like any auctions, the value of the unit is set by the people interested in the content.
Yeah.
Question. If you could only give someone a couple of tips by buying a locker, what would they be?
Well, here's the thing. You want to get a locker that you can handle, number one. You know, you're looking at it. If you don't have space to store it, then you're just going to, here's what I do. Maybe this will help. People will say, oh, it's just too overwhelming to buy this locker. Well, you got to remember, get the stuff that you want to sell or keep, and the rest of the stuff, give it away. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's how I do it. I give away all the marginal stuff, keep the good stuff, and I only rent a unit when it's just huge, you know, and it's going to take me a month to clean it out. But space is worth a lot of money. Yeah. You don't want to get, so just remember the low dollar stuff. If you can't sell it out in bulk or have a quick yard sale or whatever, just give it away. Take the main items and sell them and then move on to the next.
Now that brings me to my next question, because some people may not know what you do. And I only know because you talk about it in your videos. When you are going through those units and there's something you know you're not going to sell that you do on because you do a lot of your sales on Facebook Marketplace and or meetups. But talk about where you donate the stuff at that you do not either want to sell or fool with, or that you give to, and talk about the organization you donate to.
Yes, this is great, man, because I have a Wayside Christian Mission in 3/10 of a mile up the street, where they take donations of household or clothes or anything like that. I can go up there and drop anything off like that. And it's very easy. That's how I do it. I just drop it off there. And some items I just set out to the street, and I call that a community donation, where we have people that come by and they love our trash. By the way,
when I find things on the side of the road, I'll call that a gift from God.
I give away 80% of the stuff in these storage units. I just keep the best of the best and unload the rest. If I'm not going to keep it or sell it, let's move on to the next, because I'm looking for the treasure.
Now, Ed wants to know, what is the best thing you kept for yourself from a locker?
Gold. Antiques. We've completely furnished our entire house with antiques.
Wow. The
best things I get in storage units, I don't sell. I sell the stuff that what we do. We actually, the stuff we have in the house, we'll upgrade it if we get something even better, and then we'll sell the other item that we had that we're replacing. So it's how we're furnishing our home, and this is how I pan for gold. To me, it's all about the gold and the gold jewelry.
Deborah says they have a Wayside Missions. It's a great charity. They have one near them as well.
Yeah. They actually send clothes overseas in pallets to be spread around in places they're needed. Wayside.
Charlie Grace says also keep what you like.
Yeah, here's the part of the storage unit buying that I love the most. We never have to buy any incidentals that you buy for yourself, like at the grocery store, toothpaste, anything, laundry detergent, all that stuff that costs you money, trash bags, clothes. All of my clothes, I wear locker wear all the time. I bought a unit one time because it had like 30 boxes of shoes that were my size. So now whenever I need a new pair of shoes, I shop at my own store. I have 30 more. I'll never have to buy another pair of shoes again. So that's what I call usage value, usage profit.
All right. Now, Yvette has a question. What selling avenue do you utilize?
I sell everything locally on Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. And then I have some people that I kind of supply in bulk, like media, like DVDs and action figures, a lot of stuff like that. So I'm kind of like a middleman when it comes to some of the bulk items. I sell in bulk. There's my boy. That's Tyler.
He's a camera, loves the camera. The next question is, how long have you been doing lockers? Is this your main job?
Well, I'm retired. I'm on Social Security as well as my wife. Well, retirement. We retired, and I've been buying these for 11 years. I'm a hobby buyer, basically. And we've just kind of like taken it from there. And it's kind of just growing as I go. I've been doing this now. This is my 11th year of buying storage units.
Do you think the price for units will go down once the competition realizes how hard reselling is?
No, it's never going to go down, dude. It's just not. I don't think so. In my own personal opinion, they've just gone up. Since I've been doing this for 11 years, the prices just go up.
Yeah. Loves the camera, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got 5 of these guys. We love cats here. I can't imagine living without a cat.
Hello, Patrick. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Yeah, I know I have one and I'm about ready. Hopefully we can adopt a brother and a sister.
Yeah, we just got a new kitten and I've been integrating him with my youngest cat, Douglas. Douglas has now been seen in 29 countries across the globe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a little kitten buddy that looks like him. I think he thinks this is his daddy. So there's a little segment at the end of my video.
It's like everything else. Where did it go? Right here. It's like everything else in the world. Prices just keep rising. Yeah.
It's not just that. The money's worth less.
Right.
So it's a matter of the money devaluing, inflation.
And that's so true, Kathy. She finds that a lot of the buyers at storage auctions have thrift stores or reselling shops. And that's why I've been watching Courtney and Colton, because they have started when they were just strictly eBay. And then they started Amazon and they started this one little store front. Now they expanded. The whole building is theirs. That's how a little bit at a time they kept growing to where now they have that whole store unit. So yeah, they've been growing a lot. But they go out of town. They go to other states. But they've been doing great. They even found some units for like under $10, $15 or $50.
There's always exceptions to everything. Sometimes you can go into an online auction and you can snap off a really good unit for a good price. You just have to stay all over it. Yeah. You got to check out every locker that comes out online and study them. That's what I do.
Hello, Tina. Question: does your wife assist you with your hobby business, or is it just you?
Good question. My wife, Julie, she does all the selling and I do all the buying and I'm the muscle of the operation and she's the office of the operation. She coordinates sales, writes ads. I just have to go get the stuff, clean the stuff, move the stuff, sell the stuff. She does the actual coordinating of the customers and the pickups. So yes, she's a big part of what I do. She's not very camera savvy, being out in front of the camera, so you don't see her a whole lot in the videos. But
Mark, I think, by the way, everybody who's coming in, those who are just coming in, if you're not knowing who Mark is, he does storage units, and so everybody that does they do their own way of doing their own storage units, whether it's from the buying, the flipping, the cleaning, everything. So if you have any questions and you're thinking about getting into auction storage units, Mark is one of the questions. If you want to ask,
I'll answer any question the best I can. I love this.
And also, if you're thinking about different ways or you have questions in general about buying units, this would be a perfect way to ask those questions because, again, everybody does it different. Every state does it differently. And you just get a different aspect from someone different by asking the questions you may have, especially if you're looking and thinking about buying those units. Because again, you have to remember, now in your case, Mark, you do all this by yourself, correct?
I do all the physical work by myself. Yes. Yeah. And that's keeping me in good shape.
Yeah, because I've been watching you go on some of those units where it's like, how in the hell are you doing this by yourself? But
I show that. I show how I, well, I don't want to give away, but
I need to watch that.
So me loading the heavy stuff and how it's just a matter of technique. And it's not hard work. It's just repetition.
But I have to say though, by watching your videos, you're like me when it came to doing those units by yourself. It's like you're thinking smarter, not harder, to where you can make it work for yourself when you're by yourself.
Yes. Yeah, right, you're right.
Question. Do you have one locker that you stick out that sticks out in your head as the best locker ever?
Well, I'm just coming off of it. I made $10,000 in gold jewelry on it, and that was just the jewelry. I mean, we still got plenty of furniture to sell out of that unit. And we've been selling furniture out of that unit. I've got furniture going out today from that unit.
And if y'all haven't been watching his videos, he's been actually showing the furniture as it's selling and what he's got after cleaning it and doing what he's got to do with whatever it is to sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. So, and I even show one lady picking up, the actual how it goes down. They bring you the cash, they take the furniture, and boom, you're done. On to the next.
Now, here's another good question, because I've seen these in other channels too, but again, I don't know how real that is. Have you ever found anything that required you to maybe call the police if you know body parts and such?
Just the people in urns. We haven't ever called the police, but I think I've turned it into the manager, and they have. But I've never personally called the police on a unit unless there's something in there that I need to get out of my hands, and I haven't had that happen yet.
Now, I'm gonna ask this question first. Where do you sell your jewelry? And I already know that answer, but go ahead.
I don't.
I know in some states they have their different laws when it comes to storage units. I have seen different people, different reactions when it comes to rifles and guns and things like that you may find in storage units. Yeah. What are the laws? And I know each state is different. And so what are the laws in your area if you happen to find anything like that in a storage unit?
Well, I'm in Kentucky. We are a constitutional carry state. You don't have to have a permit to carry a firearm. Okay. And you only have to be a non-felon. And when you find them in storage units, they're yours. Now, the only thing you'll do is you'll check the serial number on the guns to make sure that as long as they're not stolen, you can run them online. You can do it yourself. Okay. As long as they're not stolen, they're yours. And I have found probably 30 guns since I've been buying storage units. As a matter of fact, the best video I ever had, which shows me that it gives me hope that I can crack the algorithm. I got one video that I found that had 6 guns, and I called it the motherload of guns, 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 guns. I had the thumbnail, Johnny, where I'm like, I've got 151,000 views on that video. Yep. So that gives me hope that I can crack this thing.
Yeah.
I need YouTube to be friendlier to me.
Yeah. So my next question is, because I've seen some videos where even I watched one this weekend. I want to say we did a lot of watching Saturday with the snow. If you happen to find something that's even older or antique, is there anything that you can do with those as far as when you find those type of things in your storage units?
Older and antique? Well, that's what I look for. Good Lord. What do I do with them? I bring them home and keep them or sell them. That's what I do.
Right.
I love antiques. Hell, I am an antique. So I'm going to target that stuff.
All right. Jesse wants to know, what happened to your buddy? Haven't seen him post in a long time. I enjoyed the lockers you bought together with all those guns.
Oh my God. J Smith and I we still hang out. Icy Profits was the guy I believe he's talking about. And I approached Icy 3 years ago. I noticed he had a channel, and I saw him at a storage auction at Public Storage, and I went up and introduced myself. And then we ended up doing a 42 video collab, working together. And then he had to take a full-time job. He wasn't meeting the bills. and he had to take a full-time job. So he hasn't really been doing anything online in regards to his YouTube channel. So I kind of miss working with Icy, but we had some really good times and made some great videos together. And I'd like to do that again.
Let's see. So again, if you have any questions about doing storage units, this is where you want to ask. That's what Mark does.
License required for gun? No, not here in Kentucky.
But again, you have to check your state if you're dealing with this and you find them in storage units.
Yeah,
because some states, there are some states you have to have a license to carry. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Victoria, and welcome.
Hi, Victoria.
Wait. How many lockers did you have to flip before it became profitable? That's a good question.
Well, I tell you what, when I first started buying storage units in the very beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, and I would get a lot of crap, and I thought I had to keep everything, and I had stuff that was just piling up, and a lot of the stuff was crap.
Yeah.
So what I had to learn is to get rid of it instead of storing it, because that'll ruin you fast. If you start trying to keep everything from storage units, you better have 2 or 3 pole barns out there. So I think how many did I have to flip? Once you start learning how to profile these things and you become confident in your profiling ability of what might be hiding in those units, it took me a few years to get to that point where I felt like I could profile them better.
Right. Now, from my experience, because I have done some in the past, but for me, when it came to like the big pieces of furniture, for example, my first unit I ever bought was a chance I took because, when you're doing this by yourself, it's like, do I want to take the chance? But it had this huge sofa set with this glass, it was like a ceramic base that had like this big, huge elephant under the foot of it, a big old oblong glass, the whole 9 yards. I basically went on Craigslist and I sold it right out the unit.
To where quirky sells, man.
I had to come and pick it up. I was not moving it. They picked it up, and that was my profit right there. After that sold, everything else became profit. So you got to look at that as well. How are you going to handle getting rid of that kind of stuff if you're doing it for the first time?
Here's what I'll tell people. What they can do is you can just sell them right out of the storage unit. If you can get enough room in your storage unit, set up your furniture. Maybe throw a little rug down there and set up a little showroom in there. Use the storage unit instead of your own space.
Yep.
And I've sold living room sets right out of the storage unit. I make videos about how I do that. And that's what you can do. Use the space. You can rent these lockers for a month if you can't handle them. And that gives you a month to take stuff to the donation center, to get the stuff you want to keep for yourself, to get the stuff out of there you want to sell. And then you could stage the furniture in there to sell that way. And I'm trying to show people how they can do this without a lot of, you don't need any labor except unless you can't move a couch yourself, then you do need some labor.
Now, Kayla makes a good point as far as trying to team up with others, because again, if you team up with others in your area that do the storage units, and say, for example, like in this case, Kayla does a lot of the vintage clothing, but you have somebody else who's doing something totally different. If you can kind of collaborate with them, with networking, that's how you can actually get into some of these units with others. Now they're going to make some money, and then you're going to make money. So that's another.
Yeah, especially if you're going to get in with somebody that doesn't like to deal with clothes, and you do, then you've got somebody that'll take all the clothes, and they might make money, and you're happy they made money because they took all the clothes. Yeah. Some people don't want to. So if you can find somebody to work with where you all know up front what you're going to want. But don't go into with somebody and then they're like, oh no, I want that. No, you can't have that. So you gotta don't just go in it with anybody until you've got all that stuff figured out ahead of time.
Yep. Now, Danny May wants to know, how do you check for bed bugs? Would hate to bring them home.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you don't bring everything straight into the house. You have an area outside or in a back building, but like in a mattress, you're going to want to check and look for like spots, and right at the seams. If you pull back a seam on a mattress, you'll see them in there if they're in there.
Yep.
But those are, oh my God, those are the worst.
Yeah.
I'd rather have snakes in there than that.
And again, one of the things too, when you're doing the units, like for example, the best thing that Tina was saying was to start with things that you love. But if you go into a unit and you already know that you can move things around that you see, or in a lot of cases, when you go to these units, you cannot step in the doorway. You cannot go inside of it. So you basically, big flashlights, try to see what you can see behind the unit, in the back of the unit, under things and things like that.
Yeah.
You have to be creative and think outside the box. What can you use to see what people normally would not see without a flashlight? So you definitely look
That's
around.
why I like online auctions so much, Johnny, even though they cost more, because what I do, I blow the picture up 100 times and I look in every crease and every corner. I look for one little clue, just one clue that might give me an advantage. But here's how you get a locker. Let me give you all a little tip. If there's something you actually need, okay, like a refrigerator or whatever, something you actually need, and you know you're going to have to go out and buy one, possibly at retail, here's how you get a big time tactical advantage in a storage unit, because you can go in there knowing you need that item and you're going to buy that unit because you need that item. Not everybody else is going to want to buy that unit for the price you're willing to pay, because you're going to find stuff in there that's going to pay for the item that you need.
Right.
And you can afford to put up more than they can because they may not actually need that item. So that's what I call a tactical buy.
Yep.
That's when I love it, because you're not going to lose those.
And I've seen a lot of people doing it too. Like, for example, if they're starting out and they start doing these videos and all of a sudden they say, well, I want to get that. And then they kind of, with their spouse or whoever they with, and they kind of whispering, you can hear them saying, well, I need that and I don't have to go buy it. So I'm going to buy this unit and that's going to pay for what I want without having to go buy it, you know? So hopefully it's a good condition the way you can use it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Look for clues, brands, and bags.
Yeah, if a lot of times, if you're seeing a lot of stuff that sells at like Walmart or, you know, a Dollar Tree, I'm not begrudging those places, but what you want to look for in these units is brand names. Look at the furniture. If it's pressed wood, likely these people didn't have a ton of money. You don't know, but you want to look for real wood furniture. You want to look for older stuff. It's just better. I don't know what to tell you, but it's better to get the older stuff. Not always.
Right.
Brand new stuff's great too. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
But if you're looking for the gold and the stuff like that, you're going to want to get into the older stuff.
And one of the things I have to say, on one of the units that I purchased, to this day, I still have the old bear claw tables. There were real wood tables. I'm still using those
with the paw feet like this. Yeah, those are good. We always sell like a pedestal table like those for around $120 to $150.
And I still use my end tables to this day.
Yeah,
those
are all real wood too. That's real wood. That's none of this pressed wood crap.
Exactly. But again, you never know what you're going to find, because sometimes some of the things are hidden way in the back. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things that I see too is when I'm looking at some of these units. Funny thing about it is a lot of the last minute things, for example, I'm going to come back and get my unit, so I just want to put it in the front. I don't have time to do anything right now. And then all of a sudden you start seeing these bags of stuff, where you see these boxes with Nintendo games and all these gaming devices and garbage bags. And then all of a sudden you go through them. And one of the things you have to remember, go through everything, because you may come up across a box that has all envelopes, birthday cards, and there may be gift cards in them. I found
$100 gift cards that's never been used before. I found those. I found cash. I found rolled up paper money in pants, jackets especially. You can find all kind. I found a gold band in a pair of pants one time just by checking the pocket. I mean, I was going through all this to donate, and I found a gold ring like that.
My two mystery things, well, three things that I've mystery found in a storage unit that I bought. One was a book that had to do with radios. And on the inside of the radio box, the book itself, it was cut out. Like somebody had been hiding this transistor radio inside the book.
Yeah.
And I found a $100 bill in a Bible.
Yeah, I did that too.
It's weird. And even in an old jacket. inside the top inside pocket was a garnet ring, a 14 karat gold ring inside the pocket that was like wrapped in a paper towel, but tucked in the inside of the jacket. So you got to check all of those things. And that's why when I used to do auctions for those units, I loved it. But you got to have the space and the places to put the stuff. Question. I watched your gun storage locker. Do you have trouble selling guns that have a social security number engraved on them?
I don't know. I don't sell any of the guns that I find. I collect them. I just collect them. Now, I have sold my son because he needed to have one just for personal protection. But I gave him a really, really good price. He wouldn't let me give it to him anyway. So he would demand to be. That's just the way he is. But no, I don't sell good jewelry or guns from storage units. I just keep all that. I sell the bread and butter items. I'm a collector. What can I say?
Well, one of the things too, because you're not the only one that I know of that does this, where there are some people that will collect all of the gold or all the silver, put it together, and then they go and get it melted. But I like your way of thinking because, again, that is more of an investment for in the future.
My thinking is that once I get all this done and get it stacked like that, to me, gold is so undervalued right now. It's ridiculous. It's being, let's just say the prices is being held down artificially, let's say, in comparison to what the dollar's actually worth. Gold should be more than $5,000 an ounce right now. That's just my personal opinion.
I found the 14 karat gold chain in the bottom of a kitchen box yesterday. Almost chunked the whole. Oh, wow. Yeah, you got to check everything.
Yeah.
Tina, Johnny's merch. Well, thank you. Yes, I did. By the way, this weekend did update my link tree, and all of the merch is now on the one link on one website. So definitely go check it out. Pockets are important. Yeah. Even yes. Even at thrift stores.
I've heard of people buying stuff at thrift stores and actually finding money in them.
Yeah. I have before too. Yeah.
Here's another one.
What's up, Ray? Hello, good morning, and welcome. So yeah, that's one thing. Even when you're out, no matter where you're going, you got to check every pocket, every book. There's so many people that hide things in books, and then they forget about it. So you got to check everything, no matter where you're at, where you're sourcing. It's just amazing.
But on the somebody asked me earlier about the guns with social security numbers. And I got that locker full of guns where the guy had engraved his social security number on every one of them. And it bring down the value on the gun somewhat.
Right.
It doesn't ruin them, but it does bring the value down for the collectors.
Yeah, even a great find and you wind up finding something extra in it. Yeah, you're right about that. Those are the best ones. So if you have any questions from
cash, these lockers, sometimes you'll get in there and every little thing has got something good in it that you are amazed at some of the things you can find. And then other lockers you'll get in, it's like one turd after another, and then you just move on to the next. You're going to get one of those every now and then.
I bought some clothes at an estate sale. The next day after the sale was closed, I realized that the lady had hidden money in every pocket. Wow.
Cha-ching. Ding.
Yeah, those are the best ones. You just never know, especially when you go to these estate sales. The best golf. Okay, so if you have any questions for Mark, go ahead and put them up. Here's another question.
Oh, good.
Have you ever had the previous owner confront you and want their stuff back?
I haven't had that happen, but I've had the previous owner confront the manager, about the units I bought. But I'm not going to deal with the person that used to own the unit because I don't know who they are or what their intentions are. I leave everything that I can for the customer. A matter of fact, if the managers would let me, I would take what I want and leave them everything. But they won't do that because they're afraid that those people won't come back and get it.
Right.
And
Especially
they
when
want
it's already
to get
paid
it
for.
cleared out so they can rent them.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But I would leave them everything that I didn't want.
Well, because they don't want you to leave it, and then now they're responsible for emptying it out, and that's why they're doing the auctions to
Right.
get somebody
But
to empty it out.
what I'm just saying is that I would personally leave them everything. And I'm sure other buyers would too. They would leave them everything. If they come and pick it up, I'd give them all their personal. I'd give them their clothes back. I'd give them all that back. I just want the valuables, you know.
Especially when you can find it and get it before they do. But the thing about that is, too, you're taking a chance because of the fact that if you're leaving things behind, they can come back on you because you left it there unattended.
Right. So you'd have to go through the manager and get it okayed before you do that.
Right.
But also, I film every item that I pull out of these units to say, you know, to protect myself as well. Because if somebody says, well, that's stolen, so, well, here it is. Here's the evidence. Check this video. It's online. I found this in this storage unit. It was sold to me legally. And I protect myself with all my videos protect me.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, because I do have another question coming up. Have you ever had a problem where something that you did find, because I know you do video everything, have you ever had anything that came up stolen that you know of or that you ever heard of, or that hasn't happened before?
I haven't run into that yet, but I don't want to run into that yet and not be ready for it. So
exactly.
I'm just being proactive. Plus, I'm going to make videos anyway.
Right.
So,
all right, we have another question for you right here. What are some tailgated signs that the locker has already been picked over before it was put up for sale?
Well, look in the unit. If you see a lot of dust, and then you see like where the dust has been messed up and where people have opened boxes, and you see that that's fresh, that's probably an indication that the manager, well, they're not supposed to go in there and get into stuff.
Right.
So you don't, when you buy these things, you have a places that you go to that you feel confident that they're not doing anything like that. And then there's other places you go to, you sense that they're doing that. And that's something you have to learn. And a lot of times that like public storage, I was listening to Storage Auction Pirate on this. There for a while during the COVID thing and all that, they were actually letting people pay a partial price to come back in and get in their unit. So they would come back and get some of the valuable stuff that they knew they had. And then you're left with the stuff they weren't worried about.
Right.
So you got to be aware of all these little things. There's so many variables.
Now, Cha-Ching says that he was telling Danny made that he's bought a lot of auctions, but also he's asking that same questions that people would ask him. And again, you never know until you ask a question, especially if you're thinking about getting into doing auctions in a storage unit. Do you prefer online or in-person auctions?
I like, for me personally, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I like online auctions because I could sit here and study them. Because maybe I'm not so fast on my feet at a live auction when there's 50 people around all jockeying for position, getting in there, hiding things that they don't want you to see. It's a different ball game. I enjoy live auctions more from a fun aspect, but from a tactical aspect, I like to look at the lockers, blow up the pictures, and gain an advantage. Try to.
Now, I have to say, I agree with you on that one because I just recently started going on and watching some of the auctions because I was helping somebody one day. They sent me the link of what they were interested in, and I was watching, and it's amazing how online you can physically enlarge, move, and scan, and if there's something that's catching your eye, you can really try to focus in to see what it is. Whereas in person, you can't really do that because you're in the heat of the moment. And they got some of these people that just are getting in your way because they don't want you to see what's in there because they already know and see it. So, yeah. Yeah,
it can get brutal at these live auctions. I learned that, but you know what? I just go in like I own the place. I was in this for years before the people that are around these auctions in my area, they were like auction house buyers. They were established, and I had to go in and just upset the apple cart. The shot across the bow that put me on the radar is when I went in, one of the main buyers here, that unit that I ended up getting 151,000 views on. I went up, it was about a $500 locker, and I ended up going $2,850 on it because I told myself, I'm buying this locker. He will not win this time. I will win even if I lose. And the rest is history. Sometimes you just got to take a chance. And it paid off.
Cha-ching is another good thing about, everybody's saying that you should make a locker video, especially if you haven't done one before and you are buying storage units.
Oh, yeah. If you buy storage units, you're never going to have to really source again unless you want to, because you're going to get all the stuff you're going to need out of those. But sourcing is good, too, because you can get specifically what you want without all the extra stuff.
Now, one of the things I do want to say, too, for those who are thinking about it and you have not done it before, especially with now, most of it is online. I have also been going on a website called Max Sold, and it's more like an online auction / estate sale. And what they do is they basically put things in lots. But again, that gives you another way of enlarging pictures to see things up close, because a lot of times it's a big area of stuff, or it might be a big lot of stuff. And that gives you more examples of looking at things at a closer view. Yeah. So if you haven't checked that website out before, that's basically another website that just recently started going on that I know of, that I found, that Robin and I have both been doing some online auction buys, which could help you as well, especially if you're looking for particular type of things to resell.
Yeah.
So that's just another way of looking at things. But again, right now, it's very seldom you can find anything in person with everything going on. Another question. If you couldn't buy storage lockers, what kind of buying do you think you would be doing? Estate sales, garage sales, or something else?
Wow. Yeah. You know what? If I couldn't buy storage units, what would I buy? That's a great question. Because I love buying storage units. I can't explain it. There's something about buying something where you don't know exactly what you're getting, and it could be great. That's the addiction part of it. I don't know if I could get the same feel going and buying specific items, because I know what I'm buying. I want to know. I want to try to get the mystery items that I can't see. You know, I want to try to find the treasure. To me, I don't know if there's anything else that could replace that.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know Nana Tink does this, and she's done this in a lot of her videos. Where have you ever had the opportunity, similar to a storage unit, where a house that somebody just needs to do an estate sale on, or just needs to sell it, but they want to get rid of all the content before they put it up for sale? Have you ever had that happen for you, where you can just buy the content, don't know what it is, and just go through it yourself?
Yeah, there are people that'll sell the contents of their storage unit because they know they're not going to be paying on it anymore, and they want to get their money.
Right.
So I have not personally done that, but I know buyers, storage auction buyers, that have dealt with people straight up on their lockers, so they won't go to auction. So they'll go in and buy them out. And I'm sure the people go in there and they get their jewelry and whatnot. But
okay, Danny Mae says, I never answered her question. What YouTube shows does Robert like? Well, he does a lot of, and this is how he got me into reselling storage units, people going out and reselling or going to garage sales. He does a lot of videos on tech, like computers and things like that. When he starts watching those kind of things, that means I'm coming downstairs and getting some work done, or getting some listings done, or doing things like that, because I'm not into the computer stuff or the gaming stuff or things like that he watches a lot of the tech support stuff and things like that. He does a lot of that, but he also does like Hulu and all that, where he likes to watch Harry Potter, Doctor Who, anything that has to do with computers and research and things like that. That's not, I get bored with that. So for me, I leave the room when that happens. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Hey.
That puts me to sleep so fast. I've been buying more estate buyouts similar to a storage unit. And that's what I was asking about that, because Nana Tink does that a lot. She did anyway, where she would go in and buy out a house, not even knowing what's in. I mean, she kind of got an idea by looking like almost like Curiosity Inc., where he'll go in and say, I'll buy the whole thing out. But then now he's got to do the research and pull and go through it. We watched a video for that too as well. So That's why I asked about that portion of it, because if it wouldn't be no units that you could buy at a storage unit, would that be something you would think you would do?
I'm always open to try anything, I have gone to some estate sales.
There you go. There's a good comment from Jennifer.
You just sit around eating hot peppers all the time. I'm going to do that anyway, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I love peppers. That's part of my health plan.
And that's so true, Jennifer. And look, Thursdays before 7:00, he's got it on the channel. He loves watching the Beardos. For me, I'm in there 15, 20 minutes at 7:30. By the time I'm already in bed. So yeah, he loves the Beardos. Let's see. Have you bought big wood boxes that get auctions off?
Is that kind of like a pod auction or?
Oh yes, I've seen those before. Yeah,
I think what she's talking about. I have gone to an auction where they were selling.
Those are called units,
these
right?
big wooden crates.
Yeah,
and I have gone to those. Yes, I didn't buy one the time I did go though, but yes, I do know about those. They're not as common, but I have been to those.
Simply reach out to your community. Tons of people wanting to downsize. Most people don't want to fool with learning how to sell their stuff online. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the new Curiosity Inc. video with awesome? Yes, we watched it this weekend. He's bought out a old antique store. My God, the stuff he was going through. The big wooden boxes, I think, mean that the moving storage crates. Yes, that's what they are. The large crates.
I've seen those.
I've hit estate sales for the first day to make sure I get what I really want. Yeah, again, those are pretty good too, because I love estate sales. A lot of times when you can actually do a bulk buy, because there's some places that they will let you. I bring multiple IKEA bags, and I will load up IKEA bags, and then they'll tell me, okay, let's make an offer. So you want to make sure you keep everything together, because then they'll make an offer for you. Room after room of collections. Okay, Amy's here. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just getting kind of over the Omicron virus.
Aw, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, fun. Not.
So you have any questions? Do you have anything going on your channel?
Well, actually, I've been kind of listening in, and I think like everybody's been having some good questions. Because I'm like, if you haven't really gone into like the buying the lockers, you don't really know, kind of what to do.
Right.
So it's nice, that there's this question so people who are interested can, I need to look for this or that, or, okay, think about doing this or that, or, so that's very good.
Now, do you do any storage units?
I don't do storage units, but actually I am a dumpster diver. So kind of the other end. But yeah, I have my own channel. I am a dumpster diver. But I also talk about other things on there too. I do live dives. And then I also do live sales of what I find. I always mention in my live sales, because I know like some people are okay, with the stuff coming from the dumpster. Some people aren't, but I'm very selective on what I sell in my live sales, and I always state if it comes from the dumpster.
Yeah, so Chain King just made a good comment too, because if you can build up rapport and be professional with the ones that are doing the estate sales, a lot of times you can get first pick before they even go in and do an actual estate sale. And that's a good point.
Definitely.
Don't be afraid to tell people, especially when you're going into these different types of estate sales. Don't be afraid to have a business card ready and tell them what you do, because a lot of times you can even rack up even after it's over with for things that people never wanted and they just want to get rid of it.
True.
Viking Treasures Horde. Hello, good morning, and welcome. How did you hear about the channel? And welcome. First time here, I believe. I see. So welcome. We wish we had an open dumpster here where they can also come for a compact. It's legal dumpster diving. Yeah, every place is different with that too. You're right about that. So talk a little bit about your channel, Amy.
Sorry,
What?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, and I can't see the chat.
Oh, I was just saying in reference to where was the comment? Estate sales, where you want to make sure you develop a relationship. That's what Cha-Ching King said, and I was mentioning that too, because if you go to these estate sales and you make you talk to the people who own it or who's running it, and if you can make a rapport with them, letting them know what you do. Don't be afraid to tell them I'm a reseller or I'll buy out something or whatever, because that can open the door for you to have great connections for estate sales. Like Cha-Ching King said, a lot of times you can even go in before a sale. It's even started where you get first choice before anybody else. So that's why don't be afraid to talk about what you do to others, with others.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true, because I mean, it is a lot of I mean, it's good to kind of make that connections, because I mean, again, like, maybe like that person knows of another estate sale that maybe you don't know of, and you can kind of have that connection or the heads up.
Right.
Too, even.
Yeah, because sometimes if you're not making those connections, and for example, I even try to get on their email list, because a lot of times if you can learn by name, like that person, the one I got connections with up here, before I even walk into a place, that person can see me coming up, and it's already at the door greeting me because they know who I am. And you want to do that because that gives you the step in the door before an estate sale, or even maybe to do a complete buyout at the end. You just never know.
Yeah.
Yep. Pass those cards around. Exactly. Here's a question about dumpster diving. Have you run into a place that you are not allowed to dumpster dive? Has it gotten into any trouble? I
well, actually not. I mean, this is a way, like, I mean, different dumpster divers approach this differently. For me, as soon as I see any employees coming out, like even before they can open their mouth, I'm starting to pack up my gear and, like, I'm leaving. And one of three things happen. Normally they just nod their head, and then when I leave, and when they go back in, I come back. Or I've also had, like, some employees be like, like, hey, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I just, keep staying, but then I kind of have, like, a little conversation with them and, like, stress to them that, that I know there are some people who make a mess and don't clean up after themselves, but I do not do that because you don't get paid to clean up my mess.
Right.
And I told them, I know some people do, like, the legal dumping, but I don't do that because your company is not paid to pick up my trash.
Yeah. Shopping in the Low says, I'm not getting into no dumpsters. Nah, I might help put someone in one to get stuff. I bought a few.
I mean, actually, it's not bad. I mean, I know, like, put it this way. Before I started watching dumpster diving videos and did it myself, I think, like, most people, like, oh, well, they only throw away trash. So there's a bunch of icky stuff in there. You're not going to find anything.
Right.
And I'm like, yes. I mean, sometimes it's actual trash.
Yeah.
They throw away. But sometimes it's like, how do I put this? Like, let's say a box of toys. The box is dented, so they throw it out.
I have a joint question then, because you were talking about somebody made the comment about like this one, getting permission on some properties, and then I saw another one where it says they bought. Cha-Ching says that they bought a storage unit that even looked like a dumpster diving. Have you ever had that problem where you thought, like, for example, with you, Mark, if you bought a unit that you thought was a good one, but then you wound up going through it and it looked like something that somebody threw out of a dumpster?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found those before. You know it as soon as you walk in there, too. You open the first box.
Yeah.
You know when you've been ahead.
Yeah. Jennifer, can you drop the link? Drop Bug Barb's channel? Drop Bug Borb's channel link. Given away when reaching a certain amount of subs. I'm not sure who that is. I've never heard of that one. So I'm not sure who that is.
Well, and I will say, as a dumpster diver, and I think pretty much this happens to all dumpster divers. When you first start, you grab like almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then kind of as you do the dumpster diving, you kind of like, wait a minute, I can't save everything. Don't have room for every single thing. And you become like a little more selective.
Okay, so this question
Put it
is
that
for you, Amy. The question is, what is the best dumpster find you've ever found?
Ooh, that's kind of hard because I have found like quite a few I love. I would say like there's two of my best. And I'll just say it's a beauty store. I won't mention the name, but just a beauty store that loves to what we in our community say soup things.
Uh-huh.
So they like to basically they like to pour out the conditioners, shampoos,
Ooh.
foundations, and throw everything in a bag.
Wow.
So it can be messy, but sometimes you find those gems and they're like with still the caps on or the seal, or you may have to work at it, but sometimes you find the gems.
Right.
Well, anyway, at the store I found two different finds. Well, this one find, I'm sure an employee was coming back for it.
Yeah, I wonder about that sometimes. Or
had told somebody, hey, we dumped this, go pick it up for me. Because it was this Dyson Hair Complete wrap system. So it was in this case, you have the dryer, you have these attachments, and they cut the cord, but the cord was inside the carrying case. All the tools and attachments in a bag by itself, tied up towards the top of the dumpster. And new that is $549.
What?
So.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, cha-ching! So, and this is the one that I will say for people who don't know, and dumpster diving, that kind of thing, if you find, you immediately put it in your car. Because if they come out and ask you to leave, it's our car. So,
that's so true. Yeah, really.
That was one of my cool finds.
I just
and
wonder
then there was another time at the same store.
Well, hold on a minute, Mark. What you were saying?
I wonder if the employees put something in the dumpster that they're going to go back that night and get. I always wondered about that. Do you think, Amy, that happens, that employees of a store will put items they want to, let's just say, take and put it in the dumpster to get later? Do you think that happens?
Yeah. No, it happens because sometimes you find stuff that you can clearly tell that they did not. Because, like I said, the store, they have done like other times they will put like the hair dryers and that in with the bag of soup of conditioner, shampoo, foundations, scrubs. But this was in a bag by itself.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pickup after the shift is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody I knew was coming back for that. But then the other best finds at the same store, it was another time they were getting rid of their the perfume display stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they just took like the little spray cap off, but I'm like, big deal, you can replace that. But it was like some like Versace, Joby, Christian Dior, that kind of stuff was like over $100, 150 bottle perfume, 200, which I don't have the money to spend that on perfume.
All right, there's a question
I'll take it for free.
Yeah, really. There's a question for the whole chat. How many of you have ever had pulled off on the side of the road to grab something that was on the side of the road? I have for the first time, and my chest was beating fast because it was when we first moved here, and I seen this big, large ice chest. Those it was full of stuff, and it was for the Tommy the Train toys. I was scared as hell, but I still stopped and picked it up for the first time. So I have, yes.
Well, I have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have, but like I've, if I see like stuff in the parking lot that is kind of like obvious that it might be something good, I'll pick it up. I mean, like if there's like obviously like nobody's around and it's just kind of there.
Oh, wow. Kathy's World said that she knows of a girl that works at Burlington and she has her sister that comes when she is going to be putting things out to the dumpster so she can get it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you're dumpster diving, you can kind of tell like, oh, I think somebody was coming back for this.
I've heard that expression a lot. If it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
You better break, because I am hitting the brakes. Yes, indeed. Like I said, I've only done it once. And I happened to see it on the way to the post office. And when I came back, it was still there, so I stopped. But again, I was nervous as hell. Why? I don't know. But yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I found nice furniture just sitting on the side of the road. I'll just pull over and put it in the back of the van and go on. Go back and sell it for $75. It's just sitting there. It's what I call money on the ground.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Money on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Amy, talk about your channel for those who may not know who you are. I know you're in the chat a lot.
Yeah.
For those who may not know about your channel, what do you do on your channel? And talk about promote your channel and anything else you have going on your channel for the week.
Okay. Actually, like I said, I am a dumpster diver. So I will dumpster dive. I will do live dives. And I will do live sales of what I find. But like I said, in the live sales, I always say that, like what I'm selling comes from the dumpster, unless I say otherwise. But again, I'm very picky on what I put up for sale. And my prices, I usually look up the cheapest price I find, and then usually try to go 50% below that price of what I'm seeing. Sometimes I also have my degree in counseling, so sometimes I will also just kind of chit-chat about mental health issues. I am a stepmom, too, so sometimes I'll be talking about, blended families. My husband is an artist, so sometimes I will showcase his artwork. Sometimes my husband and I will get on and we did kind of that being boozled challenged once. I kind of try to do a variety. Sometimes if I'm at a music festival, I'll kind of show that around because I love music. Because the one thing with dumpster diving, it is great, but if I only focused on dumpster diving, the only content I would have is if I found stuff in the dumpster.
Right.
Which is, when you go out, it's always a 50-50 chance of finding stuff.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, Mark, let's talk about your channel. Promote what you got on your channel coming up or anything you have going on. Love it.
What did you say?
Talk about your channel and promote it.
Just goofing off here, Johnny.
Huh?
Just goofing off here, Johnny. There you go.
Go ahead and talk about your channel and promote your channel.
All right, guys, get ready to see what I get this week. I hope I can find something. I'm gonna try to find the next great storage unit. I'm always looking for it. Keep looking for hit the bell and you'll see when I put up a video. But mostly on Sundays at noon, I will put out something. Irregardless, I'm going to put out a video on Sunday at noon. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm hunting for the next great storage unit, and I can't wait to bring it to you guys. Can't wait.
Right. Now, and again, if you have any other questions, you'd always, and then one of the comments I saw in the chat, Mark, would be maybe one day you can do a Q&A kind of video too about storage units.
Yeah, once I figure out this whole thing, and after what happened to you, I'm kind of gun shy, but you know what? You can't live in fear, so I am just going to ponder forward and not worry about it because I can't control it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move ahead and do the best I can, and if they screw me like they screwed you, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and again, it's a fighting battle, but again, it's something that I'm not going to stop fighting.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm a fighter too, and I'm not going to give up. Never.
Right. Hello, Josie. The person in the back room, did you want to come on now? Hit yes or no. Shake your head, yes or no. Okay, I'm gonna bring on the next one. She's shaking her head. Yes. It's Dawn.
Sure. I'm late.
I gotta clarify.
I'm late, but I'm here. Yes, I would like to come in now. Thank you very much.
But sometimes it's after the show kind of thing, so I'm not sure.
Well, I know. It's like I'm early for the after show, or I'm late for the real show.
No, you're fine.
It's my life story, buddy.
I saw a thumbnail come out this morning, or it might have been yesterday, but I did see it this morning. What's going on today on your channel today?
Today we're having fun.
Yes.
Like I said, I had a critical negotiation with my editing software, and we finally got the Two Hip Chicks Play, which is a video game, Monday premiere set, and it's coming today at noon, which is very cool. And then I also have at 1 o'clock, we're going to be on Melanie and Bimos's Death Pile Clearance show, which we're going to do probably every Monday until we get rid of a lot of the Craft House stuff. So that's cool. And then, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do Chick Chat at noon on our channel, Eastern Time. So come and check that out. In fact, I dropped a quick take video last night as well. Was that today? Anyway, the days blur together. You know how it is. Just a quick short of Mary and I having fun on the show. So come by for that if you can. That'd be great. Get in the chat and talk to us. And then I believe on Wednesday, I'm hanging out with you.
Yes.
And the gang on the Hump Day auction. So that's cool. And it might be, is it this week that we're on Friday as well?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Now you have a statement in the chat here. It says, what? A reseller video game? I need
this. I wish. It's two middle-aged women playing video games, like from PlayStation 2.
You got to watch it because of the cuss count, too.
There's a lot of... And this count goes up with this one, let me tell you. Not only on the video, but behind the scenes from all the drama I had dealing with it. But yes, there is a cuss count. So come check it out. It's at noon Eastern on our channel. Yeah. On Monday, we're trying to do every Monday. We're trying to be consistent. So,
right. Well, you had some technical difficulties, but it sounds like you were able to get through that now.
Yep, critical negotiation.
You have to face sometimes by being on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't impact.
Right.
I didn't have to impact anything with a hammer, but we did negotiate the.
All right, so I just want to go through and make sure everybody knows. Don't forget, Monday through Friday on this channel, we do have the 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Coffee with Cajun, collaborating and networking with others. It's where we promote channels. We talk about what you have going on in your channels, try to set goals and try to motivate people. It's not something that I'm here to brag about what I do, but I do try to motivate as many as I can, help anybody that we can on any time we can, before or after or during the show. Also, don't forget, Monday through Friday at 8:30, we have this. So it's open to anybody who wants to come on once I put the link in the chat. Every Monday, which is today, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the fun night, bingo night, free to play. Make sure you come in and put your numbers in the chat. Write them down, and those are your numbers for the night. And then every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Hump Day auction with our co-host of regularly every Wednesday and a guest. And then every other Friday, which this Friday is our one for this month of February, and that'll be on this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is the Buy It Now Sell auction. And that's every 2 weeks. This month, we will have 3 in February because they don't want to shift it to where it's all. And as I'm doing this, I find out this morning that come the end of February, Robert's got to go out of town for work, starting in Virginia, and then he's got to go to San Francisco. So me shifting everything would be okay because when he comes back, I'll be off on the Fridays that he's off. So we'll see.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's happening this month, where we will have 3 TGIFs this month. And then starting in March, it'll go back to every other Friday. So
very cool.
If you want to be part of that, make sure you reach out to me on any of my social media links, which is in all the descriptions of the videos. That way you can come on and let me know. I'll put it is first come, first serve. The month of February, all video lives on the auctions are booked. So now I'm booking for March. So if you want to be part of it, just let me know and reach out to me. Motivated, cool. Definitely need that on Mondays. Well, we do that Monday through Friday. So thank y'all so much for always coming out. Again, don't forget, check in if you're going to any of the links that are in the chat. Make sure you check and see if you're subscribed. If that word subscribe is red, that means you're not subscribed. Change it to gray. Make sure you hit the notifications of all, and then go back and watch a video. Make a comment. Let them know that you watched them, how you met them, or whatever, just to give them that little boost of energy on their videos. I need to get with what is this? Get going. Thumbs up. Right. So much for this community. But thank you so much. And again, like I say, I am going to start as soon as I get to 500 on this channel. I will start back up the community stuff that I did on the other channel until further notice, where I'll be doing the feature channel every Friday, and then go back to the list of those who need to be either with watch hours and or subs. And I'll continue that list as well. I already have it ready to go, just whenever I get the community tab. And like I say before, in each and every show, if you want to come on and talk a little bit after the show, you're more than welcome. The link will stay in the box above in the chat. And like I said before, in each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later, peace out.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.